Namaste, Jai Shri Sai. I am trying to address all our Sai devotees anywhere in the world who are associated, known with Sai Global Foundation, SSGF, or whom I know or we know as a group, Sai group, all devoted to Baba. We know the Shirdi is closed down because of Corona and hasn't opened as yet. So people are not visiting it. Most of the temples of Shirdi Sai Baba in India are also under that condition because religious institutions create a lot of people gathering together and has a possibility of spreading the corona virus and the consequential problems. Nevertheless, these temples are running as per the minimum protocol. Temple doors are closed. Panditji and others inside are staying there, including the security people, having their food, they don't go out. They are carrying out the four aartis wherever it is being done and the puja rituals as usual. The same thing is happening. I think hopefully most of the temples that we are all handling. Now the question comes that the Guru Purnima is coming on the 5th of July. And we know Guru Purnima is known as also Vyasa Purnima, is linked with Sri Buddha giving his first sermons. And historically and religiously is very, very important in India. Other religions also could have it, the worship of the Guru. But what do you do now under present conditions? There are certain containment areas, some hot spot, some buffer areas, some green areas, and it is indeterminate, goes on changing. We do not know by 5th of July which area will be under what state of alert and commensurately what sort of action will be taken, we are not sure. But one thing we are sure, that whatever it is, we have to celebrate the Guru Purnima in a certain manner. In the meantime, following the instruction of the government for the greater good. Following the instruction of the government and the civic bodies and the police who are trying to help us. At the cost and risk of their life, their family is concerned, we should try to help them instead of trying to disobey or deviate from those instructions. For example, let me tell you one thing, my friends, that what did Sai Baba do when the authorities came to him? Did he try to disobey them? No. When cholera took place in Sai Satchitra chapter 1, it is written, he was grinding a stone. He was grinding wheat. And the powder was thrown in the bottles. Well, that was his way. The way could be different today. But the fact is that he had the concern. The concern of the master when there was plague, he did it best whatever in his own way. The concern of the master when there was flood. The concern of the master when there was fire. And also with the cholera. So this pandemic today, whose solution hasn't yet come, and anticipated coming date is not known, has taken a big toll of human lives, and one of the biggest concerns that the human society has faced so far, hitherto unknown. We had pandemics, but not that whole world at any point of time were afflicted to this dimension, and everybody is corona-centric today. It never happened. Well, praying God, praying Baba is one thing, but other thing is behaving according to the human intelligence at its evolved state. Say in the medical science, even the scientific, would be the right way to protect ourselves. No master will be happy, no spiritual leader ever is happy if his disciples or children do suffer in his name, when it can be avoided. Okay. For Guru Purnima, supposing we celebrate, and contamination goes up in the temple, many affected. And I don't think Sai Baba would like it, because that is what exactly they don't want. They don't only give spiritual upliftment but also material help to people in their daily things. People with a snake bite, Shama went to him. Somebody's son had a bubo, like he went to him. And somebody had a stomach trouble, he went to the, even all people suffering from all these minor ailments also used to go to him. And he used to cure. He thought it is important to cure. Therefore, he would not think that today his disciples should be well protected and should do nothing, they should spread the coronavirus and they should suffer. If we have the faith in the way the masters operate, many people are very emotionally linked with him, like a father or a mother or a mentor. Obviously, it behoves on us to behave in a manner that doesn't affect him and doesn't affect ourselves and society at large. That's what the very basic theme of it. Shirdi Sai Baba never asked people to disobey law. When Joshi, in a theft case of some items from Shirdi, a Joshi, a magistrate, came to take a magistrate commission as a king to take statement of Baba in Dwarkamai. What did Baba do? He put a chair on the table for him, arranged for it, dusted it down, and asked him to take the statement, sitting himself like a witness. So that is what abiding of law. So you should abide law today. Things haven't changed. What do you do then? The issue is here. Issue is here that not doing is so easy for anything. It's like, we will not do anything. It's just like peace of the graveyard. We will do something. Physical distancing doesn't mean life is completely closed. There is no more purview. We cannot see anything. If life is limited, with that limited area, we cannot see the sky. I will see the sky from the roof and shall not see the sky from the hole of my window. That's not correct. In this Guru Purnima, what do we exactly used to do? We used to go to temple. The temple should be decorated. Organizers will clean it up, decorate with flowers. Baba would be wearing a nice new pair of cloth. The bath would take place, Mangal Arati in the morning. Singing of hymns and Arati would take place. Panchakosha, Ashtakosha should be sung. This is a Sanskrit component written by Upasani and others. And then everybody will give Jaykar. After the Snana, he will have Alankarana, then the Arati, then some prasad will be given there. Then people will give flower and pass by that side. They will give some prasad. And then maybe after that they start doing sitting discussions on Baba. Parayana Puthi, Parayana in Sai Satcharitra. Or maybe somebody would do some side pujas like going to Dwarkamai or in Chavadi, some puja, or Gurustan in Shirdi. Other places also they created Dwarkamai, etc. Or for example, would like to sing Arati, Bhajan. In South India they do a lot of Nam Jap. South Indian temples, they are very good at it. They will do Nam Jap. Then after that, food is prepared, people take food. And poor people are also given food. They come in any number, sit down, they are served with food in the name of Guru, because the Guru was kind to them and always fed them. He never ate before giving food. Sai Baba used to distribute food. The food that was given to him by his devotees, he would always share it among the poorest and the children, and whatever left of it, he will take a little and put them in a container sometimes. That is what was happening. Morning till night, every day this food, cloth, money would come and distribute. Well, this is one of the days in which, in memory of the Master, who has done so much for us in temporal and material, temporal and spiritual, has led us in his own hand from the biggest troubles, even if we don't recognize it or don't have the capability of recognizing sometimes, in fond memory of that, and also to repay. Even there is a debt of Guru because he is doing. Some people don't understand that. We do the Guru Purnima. It's a full moon day, bright moon, nice day. The ambience is very good. The atmosphere is cool. Because this time it's not very hot as yet. The rainy seasons are approaching. So in this situation, some people will do Satyanarayana Puja like Shirdi they do. Some people may like to go on writing the names in a piece of paper. Some people do it. Some people will do, as I already say, bhajan, kirtan, nam, archan, etc. They will continue. Some people on Guru Purnima, they start new work in the name of Guru. Somebody wants to write a book, somebody has a new pen, some child wants to do his course for the exam. All these things in the master takes place. Or somebody wants to write a drama, somebody wants to start a job, anything. See, God is like a big zero. You multiply anything by zero is zero. So Baba's bhakti is a factor. You multiply anything, add anything, it becomes the same. That's how the devotees perceive it. So it automatically brings a good start, and also it gives assurance for the future if you do it in the name of Shirdi Sai Baba, whom people believe in depth, not only intellectually but emotionally and with experience. Experientiality is one of the most important things in Shirdi Sai Baba. Then what happens? Evening comes, some people even come from distance. People do palki. This is one Baba's palki is there. They take out palki from one temple to another in an area, and then people with symbols, light, gas light, and maybe some sort of instruments go walk, hugging each other, loving each other, talking with each other about Guru, and then night take dinner, and then go to sleep, take prasad, maybe you take little vibhuti, chandan ki tika, some satiks, and then after the pranam to temple, at night people used to go back. Or some people would go back home, do the puja of the statue of Baba there, or they will finish it and come. Some people finish it and then come to temple. Some people, after finishing at temple, go and do the worship at temple of the statue of whatever metal or the photo. That is what is done. Now what do you do? Now the situation has changed. One, temples are closed, nobody can get in. Worship will happen, but you can't have a group singing. It can't happen. As per law, in some places, only 5 people can go in, and they will play maintaining distance. Langar cannot be given. This group singing, palki, reciting of Namajapo, etc. cannot be done. You cannot play the microphone, inviting people and having gathering outside, that will contaminate. We cannot have people begging for alms or prasad outside the gate, because that will contaminate. Even the restriction says, goes up to the containment in the parking area, that also is also there. We cannot have so much, because these days so many security guards, pandits of that category, people who had come as laborers from various states. You must have seen them who went by train and all that. They have also gone, the staff is minimal. The temples are running with minimal staff. So with all this, what do you do? The issue is here. I would suggest, because I am associated with quite a number of temples. Local conditions, of course, will be differing, but the generic thing is, it is better to avoid group singing of arati or bhajan, whatever. Let the pandit do it. Let not, if 5 people are there, they should have 6 feet distance, etc. If there's 6 feet distance, you know, small temples are already covered. This is one thing, very cautious. Should not allow crowd to come in and do this. Arati, group arati, palki, prasada, sevanam, langar, they are out of question. They are out of question. Giving of tika and all those, even vibhuti, please don't. At best you can give a packet, vibhuti packet, is we've been doing that to outside the gate, no, not there. If they are already sensitized, no item should go from the temple, should go to any devotee, even outside, which is not sensitized. Why this should all not be done? Because another thing, when people come, what is called the brotherhood, this Sai brotherhood. Sai devotees are very fond of each other. They have got emotional relationship, and they like to hug each other, talk with each other, and exchange emotional views and what they saw about Baba. Somebody saw a dream, somebody heard something, somebody suddenly got a photo, oh, somebody saw this. All these talks, I won't call them gossips, but exchange, and also exchange of pleasantries takes place. And believe me, this should be avoided this year, because this is not the end of Guru Purnima. You will have many Guru Purnimas. You have 4 times occasions. Dashara you have an occasion. On the Ram Navami you have an occasion. And in many occasions, and Mahashivaratri an occasion. So we have occasions when things are better, when things will be better and normal, and the possibility of contamination is much less, one can go to these pleasantries, hugging and affectionate interrelationship without creating any problem for anyone. So, all the temples therefore please do their puja on Good Purnima day, little more special, like putting to New Prasan Baba, Purna Snana, and also make a little good food and do it. Now, let us say that we want to give the prasad to poor people. No problem. There are two ways of it. While giving prasad, who will certify that we are not contaminated? Tomorrow, the risk of tomorrow, if we create a food and send it to people, they got to contaminate, then we will have the responsibility of having a food. Most of the districts, most of the places, the district administration, the collector and the hospital institutions, even the police and the civic bodies have created designated authorities. These designated authorities sometimes see that correct food, the right type of food in the right sanitized condition is packed and given to the right people in right places as examined and predetermined by them. As a people and government participation, it is better to, even in Bhubaneswar, as SSGF gave food to people, policemen and others, but it was through the mechanism we started giving. We did not directly give, because then we take a risk unless we are certifying it. So if that emotion of giving food can be done, if you want to do it immediately. Similarly, distribution masks, poor people for clothes, but everything should go through the process which has the capability and the legal status of issuing such thing, and not anybody in an emotional situation. Next is, we can do one thing on that day. If we can't go to temple, we can do things that we can sit at home. We never had a time to read Sai Sachitra together, children and parents. We love our children to see it. I would have loved, I didn't have time. My father says, sorry, I don't have time to read it out to my children. I come from office, I'm so tired. Children are studying, I don't want to disturb. You have no time. Children saying that we are coming, we are going to do interneting, more important for them these days. So that's what I was saying. So now here is one situation in which they are together. One can teach each other, parents can teach children how to do puja, because that will be a special puja. That detail would not be coming every day. It is one day in which the details of Panchapachara, Shodasapachara puja can be done and children can do with them as a party. Bhajan can be sang together, Aarti can be done. Okay? Then Namajap can also be done. A little yoga, meditation can be done. These days should be given to focus on Guru. Here it comes in for all people of any religion, not only Sai Baba. Somebody is a devotee of some other Guru, he should do the same. I am only saying our Guru because we are concerned. In India and abroad, wherever we have temples, and people do. And people do listen about Baba. So this is the time. What else can we do? We can, in internet, supposing there can be internet programmings on Guru Purnima. You at very different places, we can go to Zoom, we can go to the apparatus available, thank God. Everybody can even sing at a time. Discourse can be given by somebody at a time. Children painting competition can be done. Poetry competition can be done. Quiz on Baba can be done. Food competition can be done. Baba's prasad can be made at home. As I said, staying at home, we can make prasads of Baba, which we were not making earlier. Thereby we develop our culinary talents. If not our sartorial elegance of cloth, I should say that. We can do that. And we can also, we have not been able to talk with our Sai Guru friends since long. We can pick up now, catch up with people. We are Guru Purnima, let us catch up today, let us talk with each other. That can be done. So my point is, we can give food, we can do our thing. We should try to contain as happily within our limitations inside our house instead of going out to the temple or doing it. If the temple allows, it can only allow 4 or 5, they can't allow more. And let us be very clear that violation of this other epidemics act is an offense. Why should you invite an offense, particularly in a situation which calls for a humanitarian answer? And this is the time in which we should develop our empathy for people who suffer, empathy for who are suffering, empathy for the poor people who don't have a house. Well, we have a house. We are sitting together. We are trying to convert it into a home by sharing things, even on the day of Baba. People don't have a house. 5 people staying in a jhuggi. I mean, there's no place at all. How do they feel? They are not getting a morsel of food. The Guru, Sadguru, Sai Baba, stood for sympathy, empathy, kindness. His entire life went for being with the underdogs, being with the uncared for component of the society, notwithstanding caste, creed, religion, etc. So on this date, we should resolve in our minds to help people as much as possible within our capacities. Sai Baba never said you sell off your house and go. He has never said many things actually, which we interpret sometimes. He was a very simple state working man who stood for goodness of others. So let us do whatever little we can on these days. And physical distancing, again, as I say, is not, we can avoid hand holding, but we can have thought unfolding. Thought unfolding is much more necessary, because the future that is coming, as we foresee, temples will have more online, because these waves of things will come, it will go into more online. Visiting through a place, through a train, in crowded train, and going in a cluster of people, conglomeration, will become a risky venture, and I am sure that the temples will also come up to that sort of a management in which, with less people coming there online through their own system, they can communicate with people more. They can have any sort of interaction through their webs, etc. They will customize web designers, I believe, tomorrow to meet this contingency, because the things are changing now. Lastly, I would say that please try to understand the meaning of the artists that we sing, because many people, there's 2 things, one the musicality, one the emotion about Baba. They are powerful, they carry on. Even if you don't know the word, you feel the emotion. But if you understand the meaning, it's much better. We feel it in much more if you understand the meaning. And here is a time in which we can understand the meaning. We can think more about Baba. Those who are mentally inclined, they can do a little more research on Baba, because research is one thing which is very highly lacking about Shirdi Sai Baba. Recently, I wrote one book, there's research methodology, new findings of Shirdi Sai Baba, and I would encourage that those people who are mentally inclined to such things should read. Internet has got so much of material. By going through that, one can discern, one can create a hypothesis, create objective and hypothesis, and discern and narrate to himself before narrating to others what it possibly could be, new dimension of Shirdi Sai Baba. The more if somebody loves someone, he wants to know more and more about the lover of the beloved. Divine love is no different. So a true lover of Baba would like to know more and more about him, and each information that he gets becomes very, very valuable for him. And that also enriches not only his thought, also his feelings. Here, enrichment of thought doesn't reduce the feeling, right? Because spiritualism is a feeling-oriented movement. It's feeling that propels. So, with feelings, let me pray to Baba to make this day happy for us.